This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Pulp Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is The Disintegrator. It was written by Bligh, and it's available from Chaosium. Our keeper of arcane lore is Calen McDowell, and this is episode 1. So without any further delays, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Calen?
All right, thank you. And to start it all off is a handout, because each of your characters received the same telegram.
Professor Lionel Finch, Arkham. Dear friend, stop. I wish to prevail upon you to represent me in a most urgent and delicate matter. Stop. I am stuck, chair-bound again, and need help to be my eyes and ears. Stop. It may prove nothing more than a hoax, but if not, I fear for the future. Stop. Sorry for limited info. Stop. Matter confidential. I will speak more of this in person. Stop. Please come and see me ASAP. I will pay all expenses and generous fee. Stop. Please reply by return message. Paid. Stop.
So, you guys reply, travel from the various places you live, go to Miskatonic University, where you meet your old friend, Lionel Finch. Some of you are much closer than others. And he is in a wheelchair with a blanket draped over his legs, and he very warmly welcomes each of you at the door. Just, Ash, so good to see you. How many years has it been?
Professor Finch. Well, we did see each other about 2 years ago, if you recall.
Yes. I think about that time with the fertilizer all the time. It's ridiculous.
I was young then. That was when I was back when I was 18, but I mean, we were.
I don't say your name, but I tell people about that all the time.
We all have trials and errors. A couple of years ago, I was here. Remember, we were trying to get Nikolai Tesla's
the electricity,
the electricity thing back on. Maybe get a hold of Wardenclyffe and revitalize that project, but things fall apart.
Well, please come in and have a seat. There's going to be quite a few people coming.
Thank you.
And and Ronaldo, good. It's good to see you. Good.
Hey
yes.
there, Finch. What's kicks? You still up to your old tricks?
Oh yeah, it's I'm not having you hunt anyone down this time. But I do believe that we're going to very much need your skills. And
who's the egghead over here?
Oh, it's please, I have some cakes and some tea set out. Go please get acquainted. And look, there's a Ben Lids McGee, the rising star.
Prof. Thank you so much for getting me out of that bind. I do really appreciate it. Now, I'm so glad that I get to help you out of your bind. This is fantastic. I love it so very much.
Yeah. It's it's I think this should be a good opportunity for you. Here's some good people to brush elbows with. Please help yourself to some cakes and tea. And, I will. There's Bogdan. Yes. Please duck on the way in through the door. I bet you'd really like to meet my good friend Ash over there. You two probably have much to discuss. And there's Clarence. Yes, everybody. The great Clarence Appletop. What are you starring in recently?
In the flesh.
It's been far too long, my friend.
It's been so long.
He gives you an awkward hug in his wheelchair. Just please, everybody. Just I need to run to the restroom real quick. Please get to know each other. I'll be right back.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Ben Lids. Nice to meet you. They shake your hands,
I think I've heard your name on the radio.
This disproportionately large hand like shakes all of your hands. It sort of like gloves you a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why they call me Binlids.
Binlids, that accent. You from the Bronx? Where you hailing from?
Born and raised in Montana.
Okay, all right. It's an interesting accent you got there.
Skinniest
vaguely
quarterback in the
American.
league.
Okay.
Dr.
It's almost like I've
Lazarescu.
never lived there.
Dr. Lazarescu, I think I've read about you in the scientific journals.
Oh, yes, you would have heard of me from my experiments on reanimating dead rats with the heads of gerbils. Very similar, but not the same. Easy to confuse. But by God, is that Clarence Appletop? I loved him in his most recent picture.
Oh, he's a movie star? I don't watch movies. I don't believe in them.
You don't?
You don't
My
believe
God.
that film?
Nah. It's a
I don't
fad.
got time.
God, man.
I don't got time for pictures.
It's a distraction.
Waste of time for me.
It keeps people from working, and it's basically a
All
Roman
of human
circus.
history has led up to film. There's nothing better. Nothing better.
Yeah.
Nothing like it in the world.
It's an invention. It's invented by people who want to control the masses.
Mr.
Keep them
Appletop,
distracted.
I must say, you are even more beautiful in person.
I get that a lot.
All right, I hope you guys are all getting along out there. And he's slowly wheeling back into the room. Just yes, it's I mean, quite the strange group of people, I'm sure, but I each of you very specifically, you all have very, very good skills in different fields. Like there's lots of different strengths to play on. I really believe that you're the ones for the job. Thank you for coming.
So, I don't know what this contraption is that you're sitting in, Lionel, but we can certainly improve on that thing.
Well, I haven't seen the thing. It's so the issue of the matter is a rather hitherto unknown inventor by the name of George Pelfrey seems to have invented a thing that can just destroy matter. You know, the simple laws of physics. Matter cannot be created or destroyed. Supposedly, he can just make things vanish. They just utterly disappear, complete obliteration.
See, basing that on Tesla's design for
I have no idea. It's concerning, and he's trying to ditch the thing. He has some health issues. He's concerned about leaving money for his family, so he's holding an auction, and he's just going to simply hand it over to the highest bidder.
well,
That would be you, no doubt.
I have some money set aside that we could spend, but I don't know who else he's inviting. So, well, my goals for you are threefold. I want you to find out if it's a hoax, obviously. This could just be a scam to try and get some money, whatever's going on. I'd like you to figure out how it works. That's what Bogdan and Ash are here for. If you can get your hands on it, if they'll let you touch it, take it apart.
Right.
And
they'll let us take it apart, but yeah.
If such a thing exists, I fear the implications, you know.
If it runs on bullshit, we'll know that it runs on bullshit.
Yes. Because then, yeah, number 3 is either you need to be leaving with it one way or another, or making sure that it goes into good hands, because that is a very frightening device indeed. So
a little muscle there too.
Yeah, it's I mean, I know each of you have your own amounts of money that you could possibly contribute into it, but I don't feel comfortable asking that of you. I have $2,000 that you should be able to use as a bid if it comes to that. If you believe that it's true and you think that you can buy it off of them.
Did he advertise like what it could be used for? It's like getting rid of garbage?
Yeah, it could very much be used to get away with garbage. That's a very utilitarian thought of you. But
I know
could
a
be
whole
used
lot of
as a
trash I
weapon.
could take off the streets of Brooklyn with that sort of thing.
Yeah, and just think of who considers who trash. It could destroy buildings. It could kill people. It could do
Yeah, but
anything.
under the right application, sometimes you got to get rid of a building and you got to knock it down. You got to clean it all up.
Mhm.
If you can just
No,
get rid of
surely
it.
it is a scientific breakthrough like none other before, if it is real.
I don't know how you could possibly do that, but it'd be interesting to see. So where is this auction?
It's in Kingsport, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Oh, what a dreary town. I went there once.
Yeah, it's not too far away from Innsmouth, the weird coastal area there. It's a place called the White Point Hotel. I've never been myself.
Innsmouth. I had an aunt who lived in Innsmouth. She had the weirdest eyes.
Yeah, well, probably Dr. Lazarescu. He probably knows something about that. Isn't that Newfield genetics or?
Indeed, this could be the result of hybrid between man and fish.
Oh, I was thinking more like man and his sister.
Knowing my aunt and what she got up to, that makes a lot more sense.
Bogdan, you're always taking two animals and shoving them together. Man, I don't know where you're getting all these from.
What's a fish?
Do not worry about it, young man.
They don't got fishing out there in Montana?
You don't go fish for fish.
I eat bread and meat.
Well, fish is meat.
What kind of athlete are
Very
you?
good.
What's your
Meat.
what's your sport of choice?
I'm a quarterback. I make the ball disappear, and then it appears in the end zone. That's what I do.
The hell's a quarterback?
It's American football. It's new.
I don't watch.
It's exciting.
Ash, you're such a wet blanket. What you need to know is Finland's is strong.
You seem to be living in the last century in terms of culture.
Well, culture. I build things.
I build things too. Big score lines. Hey, let's go.
Yes, my friends. You're all very different. That's why I picked you. I just ask that you try to see the positives in each other. You all have wonderful traits. And Ash, whether you know the game or not, bin lids can follow rules. Bin lids can run very fast.
Yeah.
I've seen them climb the side of a building before, get a ball off of the roof.
Well, you've assembled an excellent team, Lionel, because Ronaldo has street smarts. Bogdan has excellent taste. Finlez looks like he could tip a Model T Ford over just by looking at it. And then there's Ash, so excellent team.
Yes, and Clarence, don't forget yourself. I suspect that you will be the one, seducing the crowd, learning their motivations. There is one issue. Since we don't particularly have an invitation to this party, you're gonna need to come up with a plan of how to come in. Whether you choose to approach as a singular group or pretend to be strangers. It's a hotel. You could all just book rooms. I'm not entirely sure. I trust
invitations are so gauche. Don't
precisely.
Sweat it.
Precisely.
Don't sweat it.
I don't know, Clarence, you could dress yourself up, pretend to be an interested party. Of course.
Yeah, that's something that has crossed my mind is the issue of your star power, whether you want to go in full Clarence Appletop and woo the crowd, or if you want a little bit of subtlety first.
Well, they couldn't possibly know who he is, right?
Oh, I believe everyone will know who they are. Ash, you are the outlier here, I assure you.
Okay. There's not knowing anything about what we're about to see. We could also discredit the whole damn thing. We discredit it, nobody's going to want to buy it, and then we can just take it off the guy's hands for.
Well, that is Ronaldo's speciality. Is the auction is not for a week. I believe that she should be able to dig in to quite a few personal details of
Yeah,
Mr. Pelfrey.
yeah. So I'll see what I can dig up on this guy.
Well, the way you talk, Miss Ronaldo, you sound a little shady, which I kind of like. I can get you through any lock that you'd ever come across.
Okay, I
So
like this guy. Yeah,
Good.
like the way you think. Sometimes I like to skirt the law, not go over it, but I know how to skirt the law sometimes.
look, sometimes you got to
Get
get
the
in and
job
find.
done, right?
You got to
Finch?
find stuff, and as long as you're not stealing gold from people's grandmothers, then who cares if you break it or not?
Maybe she deserved it.
Maybe you do steal money from your grandma.
Yes. And yeah, Ash and Bogdan, I just this George Pelfrey fellow, I've just never heard of him before this. I'm not sure that he's ever invented anything. I don't know if you guys would have been familiar somehow.
Name doesn't sound familiar. He's never approached me
Yeah.
to make anything.
Does it sound familiar?
No.
I haven't read him.
No.
I haven't read about him in any journal. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, the auction is a week away. I'm not sure what you guys think is best to handle it. Like I have a lot of anxiety over this, but being stuck in this damn chair, I trust you too. Like the whole team. I have faith that you'll be able to
Don't
handle
you
this
worry,
properly.
Finch. Don't you
Yeah,
worry,
thank you.
Finch.
Thank
We'll
you.
take care of this. We'll take care of this disintegrator thing that you're talking about.
and I could approach Pelfrey and tell him I'm an inventor and I'd like to maybe purchase his stuff. I heard
Is
about
that
it
how
on
people start
Grapevine.
conversations? Where you're from?
I don't know. I don't study the ins and outs of how to properly talk to people. I just walk up to them and say, "Hey, that's a nice looking car there. I can fix it for you. Make it go 45 miles an hour instead of 35."
The
And
effect
sometimes-
that would have on the human body would be catastrophic.
Ask me to build I don't know, like a cushion or something that's in the steering wheel. It's the limits of your imagination.
How long you been an engineer for?
Well, I guess I started getting interested in engineering around 12. And by the time I was 18, I was already dropping out of school and opening up my own lab and shop. And I have worked on commission ever since and made quite a lot of money. I've got a secret lab. It's not really secret. I made it secret, but the friends know about it. It's in Back Bay, Massachusetts.
A childhood of gears.
And springs. And inclined
Springs.
planes.
How could I forget the springs?
Rockets.
I can protect myself, so not help anybody who comes up behind me with a knife.
I don't know. I don't think Ben's here needs a knife.
Hey, anything you put in my hands, I can throw. You see that the glass of water that Binlitz has been drinking is now nestled rather nicely in the palm, much like a baseball might.
Probably ask if you wanted to arm wrestle, but I don't want to embarrass you.
What'd you say, Egghead?
I will reanimate you after Binlid snaps your neck. I promise.
Oh, I mean,
That's just friendly competition. Friendly competition. It's okay. We're friends here. We're friends of the professor. Therefore, we're friends. We work together on the team.
Yeah.
Good.
American football is a team sport, after all.
there's ways around strength. So we got to find. Did you give us a play? Oh, you said Kingsport.
Yeah, we go to the White Point
Shit.
Hotel.
White Point Hotel.
Yeah. And one week in the time between. So yeah, Ronaldo for sure has a little bit of research to do. And whatever you guys can think of for preparation. Um
Is it a fancy, expensive hotel?
it's pretty nice. So that's something that you would be able to research in the time coming up to it. So yeah, you finish having your tea and cakes with Professor Finch and head your ways, and yeah, you're able to learn after the fact that the White Point Hotel. He said it was in Kingsport. It's about an hour drive out of the town, kind of on a secluded resort. There's a golf course. Yeah, it's kind of a nice like medium range hotel, like because of the location not being too convenient, the price is lower than it typically would be, but yeah, it's a pretty nice place.
Well,
um
not too expensive, and we should find something a little cheaper, but nearby. Do we need to like establish a
If you
headquarters?
need a room, Ash, I can cover you. Don't worry.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, should we establish like some sort of headquarters where we should all be together?
Uh,
We're working on a team, right? Like you said.
yeah, you could try to find somewhere in Whiteport, but just the distance between, or sorry, Kingsport, but the distance between the city and the hotel is about an hour's drive. So
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
Why can't we just
So,
stay at the hotel where the auction's going?
yeah, yeah, it's not a very lively time of the year for tourism. It's a large hotel. You guys should be able to all get rooms there.
Okay.
So Finch doesn't know anything about Palfrey. There's like
No, like
background on this guy like at all.
so he from one of Finch's other like connections, he heard about this auction, but yeah, he was unable to find anything personally about him. And for you, do you have library use?
A little bit. She's more of like a boots on the ground kind of person,
Okay.
not like super
Yeah,
like
but
educated
here we are at
necessarily,
Miskatonic.
Yeah,
You've
that's
got it's
true.
Miskatonic. We can spend a
True.
day here.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
might need some help with some of you smart boys to look through the books, but I wanna find out more about this Palfrey fellow, and
Yeah.
I might need to start going through phone books, start looking at who's some almanacs. I don't know.
yeah.
Start going through the stacks on this guy and see if I can figure out anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, besides the library use role, like as a private eye, you're used to tracking people down.
Yeah.
So, so that you'll kind of go off on your own for a couple days of this week leading up, trying to, yeah, exactly, phone books, finding his address, going through those sources.
Maybe
But
like one of the bigger towns like Boston or something nearby to, I don't know, see if I can like pick up on any hubbub around this person. So he's basically, what we know about him is he's an inventor of some kind. Like, is that
Mhm.
really the only thing we do?
Claims to
Okay,
be,
so
yeah,
okay. So I might get some info from Ash and Bogdan on like where all the smarties hang out, I guess,
Nice.
or like where the
MIT.
engineers hang out. MIT, yeah, maybe just start like poking
That's
around.
literally across the Charles from where I live.
Yeah. So I'll start kind of poking around at those kind of circles, see what I can pick up on this guy.
So can we decide what day of the week is the auction?
It'll be on a Tuesday.
Tuesday. So should we all get together and go, let's say, on Friday to Kingsport?
yes, perhaps
bet-
we should try to get the hotel owner to owe us a favor.
Well, Clarence probably has some clout with that sort of stuff, right? If everybody knows who you are.
We could kill his pet and I reanimate him.
Or
What's the deal with
just
Nosferatu
call
over
the
here?
man. Get him on the telephone.
Oh, much better idea.
Yeah, get yourself invited. Say that you've got with a engineering streak in you. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll call the hotel.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You call them up. It rings a couple times, and someone at the front desk answers and says, "Hello, this is the White Point Hotel. How can I help you?"
Hello, my name is Clarence Appletop.
Uh, What? Wait, really? It's I. Oh my God, I recognize that voice. I saw you. Oh wow! Like, hey, it's Clarence Appletop's on the phone. Yeah. What's going? Are you gonna come stay here?
That's the plan. That's why I'm calling. You see, there's an event that I'm quite keen on attending over this weekend, but I seem to have misplaced my invitation. That shouldn't be a problem, should it?
I. Oh, the auction thing. Yeah. We're all getting ready for that. That's yeah. The owner, he's very Mr. Gardner. He owns the place. He's really excited about it. I mean, wow. He'd been making such a big deal about it. Clarence Appletop's coming. It's wow. This is okay. Yeah. Well, we have a couple of the resort rooms that are still open. I could book you.
Yes. How many rooms do you have available?
Well, it's the down season. We have a couple dozen rooms available, but only a couple of the luxury ones.
Well, let's book one luxury and four of the others.
All right, yeah, awesome. That's amazing, sir. Wow. Yeah, my name is Andy Gilman. I can I have your autograph when you get? I mean, sorry.
Of course,
Yes,
Andy. Of course.
okay. Yeah, they're booked. 5 rooms for Clarence Appletop. Wow. Okay, I'll see you then.
See you then, kid.
So,
Well, that's one problem solved, or maybe two problems.
so Mr. Lewis Rescue or a doctor, I'll put my arm on your shoulder. So, do you ever use like any tanks or tubes, or do you ever need anything built? Like I imagine if you wanted to bring back a shark or something, you'd need a big tank. Or...
Well, yes, I cannot say that I am the best at engineering. It is one of my weaknesses.
It's my strength. So,
Oh God, you should have seen the lightning rod I had to reanimate Mrs. Maisel. It was a disaster.
lightning working fine. I mean, it's a little. He's still around, but he's really old. Nikolai Tesla worked a lot with that stuff. I had access to Wycliffe, Wardenclyffe, where he had the big gigantic, trying to transmit electricity and.
Oh yes, Mr. Tesla. I may have ran into him when he went. I went down south into the what's it called, Balkans, the Balkans region.
Yeah. Anyways, I've got a lot of his knowledge and technology, so I'd like to work with you. The idea of reanimating animals and people someday, that's kind of cool.
Well,
no judgment.
We've only gotten parts of people so far. It's difficult to get the brain intact without it being, abnormal.
Yeah, but if somebody cuts their arm off and you can keep it alive and reattach it.
It is amazing, the wonders of modern medicine.
Yeah, indeed. That's funny.
And you yourself, what is it that you work on? You are an engineer, but you must have a pet project, so to speak.
Pet project. I have a very extensive lab in the Back Bay, underground, of course, with all of the proper lighting. I work mostly on commission, sometimes from the government, sometimes other things. They want something built, and I build it for them. Doesn't always turn out exactly what they like, but like the barn destroyer, that's probably one of my dumber mistakes along the way. It's supposed to spread fertilizer around the fields, do it very quickly. Everybody wanted that. And who'd have known that fertilizer was also an explosive? And, ba-boom, no more barn.
Well, maybe the barn deserved it. Anyway,
Knock the windows out of the farmhouse.
I'm sure your underground lab suits you well because there are no castles in America. I was wondering where you people would have your laboratories.
I always wanted to go to a foreign country.
Well, you're welcome in Romania.
Well, I kind of retroactively, when Ronaldo asked you guys where the eggheads like to gather up or whatever, something that would be kind of obvious to the two of you would be a patent office to track down an inventor. That would be where Ronaldo is kind of going after his personal life, like where he lives. Do either of you have library use to look into patents?
I've got fairly high library use.
Yeah, give it a shot.
All right, I will travel over to the patent office and look for anything with George Pelfrey. I got an 89. And so I'm looking through them, and it's like I don't see he invented anything.
Even with a failure, it seems that the most successful thing he's ever done was he sold the rights to a Canadian radio manufacturer for a specific type of switch. But I mean, yeah, nothing impressive whatsoever.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo, after a few days of tracking this guy down, you find his address and you discover that he and his wife have not been home recently. They've been kind of bouncing hotel to hotel, moving towns a lot.
Where does he live? Where's his residence?
In Boston. You nailed that, going to the right town. And like they're like getting close to their 50s. They're kind of an older couple. Their children have moved out, so it's just the two of them that haven't been home recently. And
that he lives in, is it kind of posh? Is it like
not really? It's it's like suburbs.
Okay.
I guess you said you like whatever. You can try a library use roll. Okay. I feel like I should call for it at least.
07 passed.
Wow. Okay, so with a brilliant stroke of luck, you find a newspaper article of him in a hunting trip in the Appalachians with a friend named Bill Sampson, who died of misadventure. He was crushed by a rock. But Pelfrey made it out alive somehow, only receiving mild injuries.
Okay. Interesting. So that's the only kind of reference I can find of Pelfrey in like any of the newspapers or any.
Like he's lived a pretty unremarkable life besides this.
Do I have any sense from anything I've looked at, like what he does for a living? Like how does he?
It seems that he is an inventor. Yeah, he went to college. He is an engineer, but the hunting trip where his friend died was a couple months ago. It was pretty recent.
Okay. Can I get a sense? Okay, so that was a couple months ago. Do I have any sense for what his movements were recently? You said he's been kind of going from like hotels to hotels. Is this still kind of in the Northeast or?
Yeah, it's in only across a couple of states, and it seems pretty sporadic. Like, I mean, as a private eye, you feel like maybe someone's stalking him. He's trying to hide or something. Because it's just a couple nights at a hotel, then he moves to a different town, couple nights there. It's really, really bizarre behavior.
Okay. If I like interview or talk to like the neighbors, do I get a sense for like his personality or like if anything has happened recently that they've noticed?
They it's pretty boring conversations. They just say, "Oh yeah, he's a great guy." I wave and say good morning.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No like sudden changes in personality or anything. Okay.
Yeah, not that the neighbors have noticed. And
Yeah.
I mean, besides saying he hasn't been home in a few weeks.
Yeah. Can I try? I think I'm gonna try breaking into his house.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Can I make like a lock picking roll or?
yeah, sure. The place is locked up.
Okay. All right. Gonna be very surreptitious. 39, and I believe that's a pass. Oh, I have a 30 locksmith. Do I use my points? Do I use my points? Yeah, I'll go ahead and use my points for that.
Okay.
Break into the house.
Yeah. So it's a pretty reasonable, like a 3-bedroom home. It seems like they left in a hurry, but there's no signs of struggle, no broken furniture or anything. You're able to find like kind of like a garage laboratory where like, yeah, wires, some mechanical parts, just really, really basic stuff. You know, after listening to Ash and Bogdan talk to each other, this is like the most basic little engineering lab you could imagine. Um, and uh, I don't really want to call for roles on this. Like there's you find just that they kind of packed their bags in a hurry and got out of there, but there are a lot of medical bills, like a surprising amount of recently, like since that hunting trip. Um, he'd been going to the doctor a lot.
Okay. Is there any indication of like what he's going to the doctor for?
Um,
Like pills that he's taking or anything or
so it seems that the doctors are having a hard time diagnosing it. That the types of things that he's I mean, you know, there's not like detailed paperwork or anything, but yeah, he's going to the doctor and being seen, but not really getting treatment. He's not really getting pills besides just like I mean, I don't know the time period, like morphine or whatever, like painkillers, just to try and alleviate some kind of discomfort.
Okay. 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 So I'm going to do like a pretty thorough sweep of the house. Nothing really out of the ordinary. I'm taking it.
No.
Okay.
Other than yeah, they left in a hurry, but it
Okay.
doesn't look like anybody ever broke in or whatever. Like there's still food in the fridge that's just rotting away.
Mhm.
Like yeah, you get the sense that they're scared, but you don't know why.
Okay. Okay. All right. It gave me a pretty good insight into it. Cool.
And you would see pictures of him, which I feel like would be pretty notable. Where
Yeah.
yeah, so he's a couple years older than his wife. They're both in their 40s. Like you can see pictures of them when they were younger, but yeah, there are some recent ones of them. And yeah, it just looks like a happy couple.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And with that, I'd say you guys are probably about ready to go to the hotel with you guys could pack suitcases. Yeah, whatever supplies you felt like you needed
Pack
in the
my
week coming
own
up.
suitcase? Ugh.
Do you have a servant that you're bringing with you?
I will pack your
To this,
suitcase for
no.
you.
I'll have them. They could come and pack my room away when I'm done, but they don't need to be there with me.
And yeah, bin lids, did you get some knives or something? Did you take their advice on that?
I have packed 3 footballs, 9 pie trays, a kitchen knife, and a block of wood.
It's awesome.
Now, bin lids. Say one of us needed to get up to like a 5th story window. Could you just toss Ronaldo up there?
I could, but I spent my entire childhood climbing Lolo Peak every day. Like, I could just scale right up that thing nice and easy. There's really no worries at all.
Looks like metal claws help.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Like, a little amazing. I love it.
Pull out my little notepad. Writing that down.
Yeah, if you want to try to come up with some equipment in the days leading up, you could get him some little climbing claws.
Take me a while.
You certainly have enough time if it's just one small little project like that. You have a few days.
Yeah, something that grips into the whatever brick or.
Cool.
Yeah. Plus, if you slap somebody with, it's gonna rake their face open.
Nice. Are you guys going to the hotel in the same vehicle, or are you bringing multiple?
I can't speak for everybody, but I'm kind of independent. I wonder if I actually drive the car.
You sound a little muffled to me. Is everyone else getting that?
Oh, might just be too far away from the mic. Am I still muffled?
Oh, okay. I think I hear this better.
I was just speculating as to whether my character would actually drive a car. I'm not getting in one of those death traps, but I take the train and I take the. Yeah, so if somebody else wants to drive.
Yeah, well, getting to the hotel from Kingsport, car is pretty much the only way, unless you have like a horse and a carriage. It's a dirt road and it's a long ways.
I only travel by horse and carriage.
Nice, you two can go together.
This is 1935. But I think that I will, just out of insane curiosity, go and see Clarence's latest movie.
Cool.
My God. The Persian Connection. I've seen it 12 times.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a lot of, pop culture references you don't really get. He comes across as a total diva, but he commits to the role. It's impressive.
Yeah, maybe Bogdan takes me because he seems to be quite a big thing. I don't quite
cry at this part.
Are the stories always this insipid? I mean, his character met the girl and then 3 days later asked her to marry him. Now they've got kids. I don't get it.
Do you know nothing of true love?
I guess.
The
Never
story has been told so many times because it is perfect.
No, love is a big distraction for work. So what about a gun that shoots gerbils?
I got a gun that works just fine. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah. Next time you want to get into someplace, just ask me.
I need to clarify something, Ash. Is that a gun that shoots gerbils or a gun that shoots gerbils?
Oh, well, you've already got a gun that shoots gerbils. This would actually shoot gerbils.
I had a friend named Mr. Gear who may be very interested in such an item.
Another actor friend of yours. Look, I'm an engineer. If you need something, tell me. I hate not having something to do.
Yeah, and I understand, Ash. I don't want to get you involved in some of this heavy stuff, but definitely keep you in mind. I'll just drive with whoever's driving up there in answer to your question, Calen.
Cool.
Yeah. And I am packing heat, as they say.
Yeah, I'm guessing nice small hand arms that you can conceal. That'd be good.
You
All
see, I
right.
played a role once, Ash, this was a doctor's holiday, where I played a up-and-coming young doctor who, and resting on the shores of France, realized that all his life was work. He couldn't stop thinking about his time in the medical profession in the hospital.
Oh, he was happy.
He was miserable at first. That's the idea of the film, Ash. He was miserable. But at the French countryside, when he finally found Genevieve, his life changed.
Poor guy. So you can let me work on the car before we go?
Lord.
I could improve it.
I
That
don't
might
know.
take too
This
long.
car,
Might
this
take too
car
long.
here is the best
Looks
in
like
European automotive engineering, my friend.
So currently you can fit, what, 8 people in that car? All right, let's go. I think we're ready. I've got a small day bag with some changes of clothes, but I've also got a bag with all of my foods that I might need.
All right. So you guys go through Kingsport, and it's a nice rolling hills, grassy. There's a section of hinterlands with some trees that you go through. It's an hour-long drive to get from the town out to this hotel. It's right on the beach. There's a little bit of rocky cliffs. Um, yep, golf course that nobody is playing on currently. And it's a beautiful building. It's a 3-story tall red brick and white painted wood with a barn across from the road that has been converted into a little parking garage for you to pull the car into.
Parents, what are you telling me? They hit little round balls with sticks into holes? What the fuck kind of waste of time is that?
Well, on this one instance, I think I agree with you. Golf is dreadfully boring.
It's rich people with nothing better to do.
Oh my God, if I were rich,
Hey, you and me both. I
like,
think I'd be doing a lot more with my time than knocking balls in the holes. But
That being said, I do play golf, and I brought all my clubs with me. It's
that's
not
what's taking up all the
about
room in the truck.
Ash. It's not about hitting the balls into the little holes.
okay.
It's about the conversation that happens while you're walking to hit the ball again. That's
Yeah,
what
but
golf is about.
if your
That's where the magic happens.
conversations
You
with
gotta
somebody
play
who
golf.
also thinks that hitting a little ball into a hole is worthwhile, then I don't know. Doubt seriously I'd find anybody like me out there hitting a ball into a hole.
That's
I
right.
could
Everybody
invent-
out there's the important people.
I could invent something where you could shoot the ball from your hotel room that would land in the hole.
Again, that's not the idea.
Geez, I should write that down.
No, don't write that down. Look, there are people who do it professionally, and there's everybody else who, again, it's not about you're too caught up in what's going on.
I'm a little thirsty after that trip. Do you guys have, they have like a bar in the,
Yeah, take a drink of this. I just handed my flask. Take a swig.
that's like 90% alcohol, interesting
Should be. I
flavors.
paid enough for it.
What you call that? That's ethyl alcohol. I can tell that.
We call that flatbush gut rot.
It's good. Could lubricate cars with that.
When you
Do
pull
they
up to the front door, the first person you see is a young teenage boy who you can tell is like a valet who's kind of waving you in and wants to park the car for you.
Oh, would you be so
Excellent.
kind?
Yeah, and he has a name tag that says Gabe.
Gabe?
Very convenient. I will see
Yeah,
you all
just-
later. Binlitz grabs his bag and disappears off to the golf course.
Nice. That whole time you just get ready to go
I
golf.
hope-
He's
It's
just like
great.
watching the
hope
golf
that
course as
young-
we're pulling in, just like jonesing. He didn't bring
I
any
hope
clubs with
he-
him. He pulls the pilots
I-
out of his bag and starts throwing them along the golf course.
Nice.
What is he's trying to combine frisbee with golf? The madman.
These don't exist right now.
This will never catch on.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
unpack.
Yeah, this Gabe kid. I mean, yeah, he helps get all the bags out of the car. There's a baggage like trolley that I mean, you guys all have a mix of rooms, but just to get it out of the car, there's one trolley he loads everything onto, and he's all bright and eager. And after the car is emptied and he has the key, he lingers around for a little bit, and you kind of get the hint that he's looking for a tip, just smiling at you guys real eager.
What are we supposed to do?
Well, he did do a very good job of parking the carriage, so I will give him a tip of 10 cents.
Give me
Oh.
money?
I'll give
Oh,
him.
thank you very much.
I'll give him.
That's a lot of money.
I'll give him $1.
Oh, geez, thank you very much, sir. And oh, you're Clarence Appletop. I didn't even notice. They
one
told me
and
that you'd be
only.
coming here. Oh man, they're gonna be so excited. Yeah, Andy's been talking about you. It's he's over behind the desk. It's yeah, thanks. I'll get this parked right away. And yeah, just a real nice, eager little kid hops in your car, parks it in the barn.
I've walked into the lobby and I'm looking around like, wow.
Yeah. So this lobby has I mean I'm missing the word. It's a very like grand entryway where you can see like a balcony of the second floor up above
The
you.
foyer, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's a dining room off to your right and a lounge with a bar off to the left where the dining room's mostly empty. There's quite a few people in the bar area, and there's a couple of guys that kind of strike you as like bouncers. They're holding back, making sure that receiving the invitations for the people who are supposed to be there. But the front desk is at the like directly across from the entrance.
So while they were doing that outside, I've walked in. So I'll probably walk over to the desk first, even though I really don't know what to say.
Yeah, just hello, welcome to the White Point Hotel. Will you be needing a room, sir?
Well, yeah, I think we called ahead.
Oh, really? What's the name under?
Appletop.
Oh, you're with.
Not me. I'm with.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously not you. You're with him. He's here.
Just outside.
Okay. Which let's see. You must have been in one of these rooms, and he hands you the like a 303 room number, top floor.
Okay.
Gives you the key.
Thanks. I'm sort of looking at the person to see if they hold their hand out like they want money.
Oh no. They just hand you the key and then kind of poke their head in the back room, just like, hey, I think Clarence is here. Mr. Appletop's finally coming.
I'll walk away towards
Yeah, go up to your room.
the elevator. I do know what an elevator is, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And just a perfectly reasonable room. You got a bed and table.
And Ronaldo, have you ever considered radio work at all?
Oh, some people have said I have a face for radio, so I've thought about that. I don't know what I'd do. Maybe I don't know. Maybe sports announcing. Binlids can teach me some sports terminology.
I could try to explain whatever it is he's doing out there right now.
Or that
Uh,
Huff was back in. Ah, 2 over par. This sucks.
you okay there, Bins?
Well, I had to get out and move around. Long journeys they really amp me up. That's why I'm so aggressive when we get on the road. I get out there and I throw them and I throw them real good and I throw them real far. But yeah, I get these pie trays. Look at them. They're like little short pie trays. Yeah, they cost like 5 cents a piece, and they throw so well. And they glide through the air.
Have you considered laudanum, my friend?
I don't know what that is, but if anything has more than like 3 syllables, I don't like it.
Good man. Excuse me, gentlemen. Here for rooms under the name Appletop.
Yeah. So there's a small, 4 people just come and crowd you, and they're all giddy. There's you can see Andy, who's obviously the person that you talk to. There's also Lucas and Sarah and Maisie, and they all want your autographs, and they just tell you how big of fans they are, and they loved your recent movies. And
oh, thank you. You're too kind. Too kind.
And they give you the keys, and Andy's like, and of course, here's the luxury room you asked for. It's right up the stairs next to the desk. It's the first door you'll see, and you're the only one that's on the second floor. The other, all 4 of the other ones are on the 3rd floor.
Wonderful. Well, I'm gonna go wash up and then talk to those people over there about the auction. But you all make yourselves comfortable.
All right, yeah, and the guy that catches your eye first over at the auction is just a real kind of sleazy looking guy. His hair is all slicked back. He's in a suit, nice and slim. Yeah, probably the first person you're gonna have to talk to when you get over there. And yeah, you guys, even though Clarence's room is extra grand, yeah, nothing to complain about with each of your guys' rooms. You're just kind of 4 next to each other on the 3rd floor. Yep, beds, tables, bathrooms.
So I have a weird question for the rest of you. Why are there doors inside the rooms leading into your rooms? That's kind of weird.
We call them fun corridors when we go out with the team. You open it up, there's a little bit of fun on the other side, and you close it again.
Okay. When's the auction? Is the auction today?
Yeah, I assumed that you guys were coming the day of.
Okay. What time is the auction?
So you're not entirely sure. You're getting here at a little like just before 4 p.m. It should be tonight. You could get more details from him once you're down there talking to him. But yeah, you got here about 3:45. It's just about 4 p.m. now.
Okay. You guys want to get something to drink, something to eat?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
See what booze they got in this joint.
Hopefully they have a good goulash here.
I'm starting to take a liking to Lugosi over here.
It is Lazarescu.
Lugosi. You said Lugosi. That sounds vaguely familiar.
He was in
Yeah,
the movie with
the last
Clarence.
movie I saw. Yeah, his last movie I saw was that Dracula movie. It was an okay flick, but I got more important things to do now. I want to suck your blood, huh? Huh, Bogdan? Yeah, you like that?
Oh my god. Reminds me of my childhood.
Ah. Well, later I want to explore this hotel. Looks interesting. Uh,
Yeah, Binlegs wants to go exploring. None
but
of this sitting around stuff. I need to move.
Yeah. So third and second floors are hotel rooms. All the interesting stuff is on the bottom floor. There's some employees only sections that I'm assuming you're not pushing the boundaries of yet. There's the room with the bouncers where the auction's happening. There is a restaurant that you could go walk around in, a lot of nice dining tables that nobody's sitting at. And in the rear of the hotel is a large, like, walled off garden area, just like a courtyard that nobody's in currently.
Could I go up to the reception, and then I'm going to ask the person at the reception, Mr. Appletop is wondering which room Mr. George is in.
Pelfrey.
Oh, one of our other guests. Yeah, sorry. We're not supposed to disclose that kind of information. I think he's in the auction though. You could talk to him.
Oh, very good, very good. Perhaps we should all have a talk with him before the auction.
Yeah, it's
Drink.
that's Daniel Wade, the lawyer, is the guy standing there checking people's invitations. Just go over and hand it to him. He'll let you in, no problem.
Interesting. I will turn back to the rest of the people like, what the fuck do we do?
Um,
Do we not have an invitation?
I will come out of my room after freshening up. An invitation, we don't. One does not need an invitation as much as the right, how do you say,
well,
presence.
Very
One moment,
interesting.
gentlemen. And Ronaldo. So I will go over to you said, sleazy looking man with the very slicked hair.
Yeah. Yeah, a real shark. You get the sense of someone who's in an office all day. And yeah, he's trying to size you up and look tough as you get close. And he's like, "Hey, yeah, you here for the auction? Let's see, which company are you representing now?"
Universal Studios.
Well, I'll be damned. You're that movie actor, aren't you? Yes. And I don't remember inviting you.
Well, word on the grapevine said that this little shindig was going down, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, you want to buy the Disintegrator, huh? I mean, you movie stars got a lot of money to spend, don't you?
Well, I mean, it's just so intriguing.
It's
I have a bit of a soft spot for tinkering with mechanical objects.
really.
Can a fellow have a hobby or two?
Um, yeah, well, I mean, I don't really care what you're gonna do with the thing. Just go ahead and give me a charm roll. It shouldn't be too hard for you, I'm assuming.
The 20 versus a 20 with my bonus die is still a hard success.
All right. Yeah. It's so while you're talking to this guy, it's like you can see dollar signs in his eyes. And he's just like, "Well, yeah, of course. Of course we want the famous movie star to come offer us his money. Of course." So I'm Daniel Wade. Very nice to meet you.
It's charmed, I'm sure. These are my associates.
Oh, wow. You're all together, huh? I mean,
Hey,
it's
Look, I mean,
Hey,
I want you
kid.
to understand that I'm serious. I've got two of the best engineers in the biz here to make sure that this is good. I want to be smart with my investments.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
good test subjects.
Everyone's showing up with extra people. You brought four? I mean, you are you guys gonna be auctioning against each other?
Is that going to be a problem?
I mean, it's
Universal
well,
Studios wants to make sure Mr. Appletop has adequate protection. You can never be too sure these days.
yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I've heard that about 3 different times today. Okay, yeah, adequate protection. I don't know what you people think is gonna go down here.
An auction.
We're going to keep it that way, right? Right there, Mr. Wade?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Just a
cool.
nice,
It's
peaceful auction.
now we got the Appletop entourage. Sure, sure. Come on in. Have yourselves a drink. Your money's good here.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I'll be skulking in the back. I won't take up any of your chairs.
Right. And Tom, what'd you have in mind?
Oh, well, Morgan already included me. So I was going to say that while he's talking to this guy, I just go in.
Oh man.
I don't have time
Uh,
for to look around.
yeah. Well,
We'll just say,
I mean,
okay.
no, so he like kind of wants to stop you, but yeah, Clarence is just so enthralling that you're able to squeeze on by and just walk into the crowd.
Yeah. So and then I'm going to start to look for Miss George Palfrey, but they'd probably
All right.
catch up to me because I didn't expect him to let us all in.
Yeah. So there is a man playing a piano in the corner. There's a nice atmosphere here. Everyone is smoking cigarettes and having drinks. There's a pretty sizable crowd, a dozen people or so here. And there's uh there's a woman at the bar sitting alone. She kind of catches attention. There is a man with a big walrus mustache with a couple of guys around him sitting at a table. There is a very flamboyant looking aristocrat with his bodyguard sitting in a lounge chair, like having one of his legs just sprawling out over the armrest. And yeah, like your guys' eyes are kind of on the Pelfreys, like moving through the crowd. So Ronaldo, I'm guessing you gave them just kind of a vague description of what they looked like, right? So going into their house and seeing their picture was actually quite notable because you find Mrs. Pelfrey just about how you thought she'd look, maybe a little bit more raggedy, a couple years older than the pictures. But the man with her looks like he's 70 years old. He is very aged and sickly and ragged.
Hey, y'all never believed this. That's Pelfrey. I can't believe it. He looks like he's aged 40 years overnight.
What the is he hiding behind the mummy?
No, that's him.
Mummy.
Karloff himself.
Good God, engineering is terrible for your skin.
Well, he got into some horrible accident a couple months ago. Yeah, come to think of it, that's quite strange. He was just hiking in the Appalachians a few months ago. He does not look like he's in any condition to be able to do that. That's
Inventor goes hiking. I guess.
Yeah, good question.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
The inventors that like the sun, Ash. I believe they do exist.
Could remedy that because we do get kind of pale, don't we? We could make some sort of sun lamp or tanning apparatus.
You could also just step outside. Jesus Christ.
The rest the gears.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
All right. So at this point, I'd like to get a feel of where everybody is mingling at this party. So is anybody else joining Ash for this first conversation?
No, because that sounds dreadfully boring. They're going to talk about, I don't know, sprockets or some shit.
Is
You said there was a very striking woman sitting by herself at the bar?
Yes. Probably mid-30s, long blonde hair.
Clarence
right.
Appletine.
I'm gonna kind of satellite around Clarence, since I'm kind of like the bodyguard is kind of my role that I'm doing, but I'm not enough to block any amorous advances.
Yeah, gotcha. Just kind of the
Surreptitious.
shadow.
Scoping out the crowd.
Yeah, with that in mind, yeah, you're probably noticing the hired guards more than the investors. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I'm
there's
trying to look
there's
at
a
them
lot
up.
of sizing up in this room, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that too.
Bogdan and Binlids.
Finland's is just chucking a football to themselves, up and down, wandering around.
Nice. Just kind of walking between the
Yeah,
tables.
just hanging out, a little bit of eavesdropping here, a little bit of, hey, how you doing there? Just sort of hanging out. I'm
That's
really
great.
interested in those fellas that are standing outside the room where all the stuff is, though. I'd love to just see what their deal is, but later.
Yeah. I should have also asked how you are all dressed. Is Binlitz wearing like a varsity jacket?
Yeah, varsity jacket.
Oh
and,
man, that's
like
hilarious.
slacks.
Yeah, you're
That's
getting
all.
all these comments of just like, oh, who's this fucking kid? Who's like just complete disbelief that you're at this party.
I
Everyone
packed
else is
solely items to throw and my jacket. That's it.
that's great. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like Clarence is in the peak of modern fashion, I'm sure. How are the rest of you? Are you dressed up? I should have given you more warning beforehand that this would be like a high class kind of suit and tie business.
I tend to dress nicely. However, I'm not very good at fashion, so I wear stripes with plaid and
Nice.
fish with paisley. And,
Like you fit in more than you'd think. Like there's some weird styles going on in here.
Reynalda's looking like, okay, like kind of drab, like, basically like the nicest kind of dress like she could afford, but it's
Nice.
certainly not like high class. Not anything like super fancy, no like ostentatious makeup or
Yeah, gotcha. But
jewelry or anything like that.
you
But
put on something nice at least. Yeah.
yeah, like trousers, that are like, somewhat, decent, comfortable shoes, nothing too ostentatious.
Gotcha. That's yeah, that's kind of similar to that lady at the bar. She is also in a pantsuit. She's not wearing a dress. Her clothes are nicer than yours, but it's comparable. And yeah, Bogdan, how are you dressed and what are you thinking you want to mingle around at?
I have a very long cloak and a dress suit and a top hat with my
Awesome.
finest cane, hobbling
Nice.
towards Ash and the other guy.
All right, cool. So you guys are both going to Pelfrey. Let's go
Yes.
ahead and start with that. Where he's sitting at a table, like his hands are shaking, he's sipping at some water. His 42-year-old wife that looks much younger than him is, rubbing his back and kind of reassuring him.
do we know is Pelfrey Dr. Pelfrey, or is he just Mr. Pelfrey?
Not that you guys know of. He has an engineering degree, but you don't think he's a doctor.
It wouldn't be a doctor. Yeah. All right. So I'll walk up to him. And I'll just walk right up to him and go to shake his hand. Mr. Pelfrey. Metered switch, patent 3691245B-12, I believe. I have used your switch in many things that I've done.
Yes, that's the radio one. Yes. Yeah. It's a
Ash
pleasure to meet
Kendall,
you. Yeah. Yes. It's
engineer.
like just a very feeble handshake and this
Uh,
leathery skin.
um, I'm very excited to see your disintegrator.
Yes. Yes. It's it's an incredible, marvelous device. I'm glad to have you. It's yeah. Yes.
Would Would you mind if I go in and take a look at it?
Oh no, no, there'll be a demonstration later. We're not letting anybody see
All right.
it beforehand.
Okay. I said that in order to get a bearing on where it was. So if he indicated towards a door or something where, or are they going to like pull the curtain back and show it, or
He didn't really. He's just looking straight at you at his
okay,
table. Yeah.
okay.
And yeah, that's Mr. Wade is supposed to. It's um uh here you were supposed to have this, and he hands you a small parchment.
Oh, auction schedule. 6 p.m. demonstration of the disintegrator in the hotel's rear gardens. 8 p.m. dinner is served with compliments of the auction. 9 p.m. First round of bidding in the dining room. Sealed bids to be handed in by the interest parties. Damn, sealed bids. 9:30 p.m. The highest current bid will be declared. If there is an agreement to continue further bidding, a second and final round of sealed bids will be handled. Will be handed in by interested parties. The highest bidder will take possession of the disintegrator device following the satisfactory exchange of capital. As soon as this is made, payment to be made in full within 1 day. Oof. So it's hidden bids. Damn it, that's hard. We could put our highest bid, and it might not be anywhere close.
Yes, it's I'm no, I'm an inventor. I create things like this auction business. This is what the lawyer says is the best way. What'll make us the most money.
Uh, are you feeling all right? You seem
Oh, oh, I'm afraid I'm dying, my good sir. That's the reason of this whole ordeal.
But Mr. George, if I may intrude, I am Dr. Bogdan Lazarescu. I do not believe death should be the end for you. Perhaps I could examine your condition. You look far older than I was led to believe your age is, if you would permit me to say so.
Yeah, I know I do. It's terrible. I've been to every doctor that'll see me. I mean, by all means, if you're offering me a medical exam, I'd be a fool not to take it. But
it was very nice to meet you, and I'll walk away.
Dismissing yourself, cool.
Let Bogdan have any.
All right, cool. You go in full doctor mode on him.
Could I perhaps usher him into a private area?
I think that would take a little bit of persuasion. Like him and his wife are kind of hesitant. I mean, do you have any social skills? You could have like a bonus die because you're trying to help him.
I think I actually do.
Okay.
Wait, let me see. No charm. Oh, fast talk. I have fast talk. I'm not lying, but I am fast talking him.
But only in Romanian.
Exactly.
Try persuade with a bonus die.
No, that's not very close at all.
Okay. Just so he's kind of hesitant, and his wife says, "I'm sorry, please, my husband has a hard time moving around. We'd have to go upstairs to the room. That
Of
might
course.
take an
Well,
hour to get him up there and back down. It's you could inspect him here. I know it's I mean, you're not going to make him drop his trousers or anything, right, in front of the guests.
uh, a cursory examination then.
Yes. Well, yeah. That's
Okay, I'll take a look at him.
sure.
Okay, that's a regular pass.
For like medicine. What are you rolling?
I have biology. I should have
Okay.
medicine, but I just
I
have
mean, biology is good. Yeah, like you put your ear to his back to listen to his breathing, you check his pulse, you look at his eyes. He just looks like an old man, to the best of your knowledge. This isn't any kind of disease you know of. It just seems like he is aged 30 years.
Would making it a hard help? Because I could spend one to make it hard.
No.
Okay.
All you can tell, just without any equipment or privacy or whatever, is that it seems like he's aged a lot. He just looks like an old man.
Very interesting. Well, once
Like
you pass beyond,
his breathing is very rough. That if something is killing him, that is the problem, is how much he's coughing and like choking on his own spit.
interesting. Well, once you pass beyond this veil, lungs, they can be replaced. All of those parts can be replaced. Contact me.
Oh, uh, gladly. They'll take your number down.
Yeah, I will reach into my cloak and hand out my weird hand towards him.
As you're hobbling away on your cane, you hear him just go like, "What a strange fellow."
Indeed.
So Clarence at the bar, yeah, the woman is very much keeping to herself. And like when you sit down, she turns and looks at you and gives you a little nod and then has no intention of talking.
So it seems that the first question everybody wants to ask around here is, what company do you represent?
Yes, I've heard that quite a few times. I don't understand why everybody's just going around getting in each other's business. The only thing that matters is who's going to pay the most, isn't it?
True, but of course people do like to measure their you-know-whats beforehand.
Mm, yes,
Dreadful,
well,
dreadful habit.
not having one, I guess I don't feel the urge. My employer wishes to remain anonymous, so I hope you're not too terribly disappointed that you won't get it out of me.
No, I like a little bit of mystery in my life. Name's Clarence Appletop.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were a lookalike or the real deal. I'm honored. My name is
Nice to-
Valerie.
Valerie, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm a lawyer from Boston.
Lawyer from Boston. You see,
Mhm.
I'm quite the opposite of your client. I don't believe in anonymity.
I
Dreadful
mean,
idea.
how could you? I could feel the whole room change as soon as you walked in. And I mean, it's like you brought in the mad scientists, that kid with the football. I mean, this is a game deal, surely. I can tell.
Oh, isn't everything a game? Is
Yeah,
not the
well,
law a game?
if you have enough money, I suppose. And yeah, I'm not here for my own interests. I have the number I'm gonna write down on the piece of paper, and good luck to you with your game.
Is it a high number?
I think so. I make well enough, but it's not something I'd be willing to dish out.
And what is it that you're drinking?
Oh, just whatever they had on hand. Just a scotch with some ice.
Bartender, 2 scotches with ice, please.
Mm, Yep. Very friendly bartender comes over and pours you some drinks.
So Boston, you said.
Ah,
You lived there long?
I have. Please tell me you're not only talking to me because I'm the only woman in the room, besides the one you brought with you, right? And gives Ronaldo a little nod.
She kind of nods back.
No, I tend to be more interested in the people who want to keep to themselves at these things.
Yeah,
It's
well,
easy to tell. Any of these other people would be happily to try to get me to invest in something. You, on the other hand, uh,
yeah, that I didn't feel the need to bring brutes with me. Yeah, it's just me and Dr. Walker over there in the corner, and she nods to a gentleman that you hadn't really noticed, another person sitting at a table by himself. Just yeah, we've all gotten to know each other far too much. That Pietro over there, she like glares at the flamboyant man in the lounge chair. Just he made a bigger mockery than you did. I'm glad that he's finally sitting down and shutting up about it. Yeah. Speaking of people that think life is a game, I bet you two have a lot in common.
Reynaldo kind of goes. Psh. She kind of like scoffs a little bit, like, and kind of moves a little bit out of ear reach.
Yeah.
so Dr. Walker was of the same anonymous employer. People who
Oh
would
no,
show up and write a high number down.
I think he's just doing it for his own self-interest. The only thing he and I have in common is that he didn't feel like bringing a mercenary.
Oh, Ronaldo is far more than a mercenary.
Oh, I mean, I understand how much a woman can be underestimated, but I know someone who's ready to kill. As I feel like I'm in a room with a bunch of bloodthirsty hounds.
Well, that's good because you are in a room full of bloodthirsty hounds.
And she takes a nice
And
long
a
drink.
gesture. Somebody's got to lighten the mood.
Oh, you are a charming fellow, huh? I mean, you made a living off of it, huh?
Making, present tense.
Yeah, yeah. And you're here
Well,
seeking a
you
device that
enjoy.
can destroy anything, huh? That's are you gonna put it in your trophy room, or do you have an enemy that you're hoping
Oh,
to take care of?
please. There's not room enough in the trophy room for it.
Oh, of course
It
not.
would get a room for
Well,
devices that destroy things room.
oh, this isn't the first. Wow.
Well, you see, I have the room already, but it's kind of empty, so something has to go in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is obviously a fake, right? That's what my boss told me was don't waste their money if it's a hoax.
Well, your anonymous employers sent you out here to be very secret and write down your number. And they think it's a fake? No. No, no, no. But
Well, I
you
mean,
enjoy
that's why I'm here and not them, right?
that's true. So you enjoy the scotch with ice and think of that very high number you're going to write down for the people who are secret. I have some more people to talk to till the auction. We'll get up and I will leave
Well, thank you. It was a
with
pleasure,
my
sir.
scotch and ice.
Nice.
And always is.
Um, all right. So, bin lids with your wandering.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You get a nice feel of the crowd. Yeah. There's the kind of like cold-shouldered, uninterested lady that Clarence is talking to. I mean, yeah, quite a few old people. The Pelfreys and that doctor that she mentioned, just kind of sitting in the corner by himself, wringing his hands, looking nervous. But yeah, the two biggest personalities that are dominating the room, besides Clarence, obviously, are the large mustached man that just smoking cigars, down in drinks, have big belly laugh, talking about how much money he's gonna make once he has this thing, and that flamboyant man who has the guy standing next to him looks like a mafioso, basically, just this like just brick house Italian guy that just does not care about what his employer is saying. And he's just rattling off everything he can think of to him about, his plans for going to fashion shows and all of the models he's seeing, and just talking nonstop about ridiculous, pointless things. And this is you guys probably have a chance to kind of reconvene, take a table to yourselves or something at this point. And go ahead.
I'm actually going to wander back out temporarily into the lobby of the hotel and
All right.
look for I'm assuming there's a big map on the wall that shows the layout of the building and where to find things and stuff like that. I'll memorize it. What I'm specifically looking for is a way around. I'm going to try to find this thing before anybody else gets to see it. And if I think that I can, see if I go through this door and down this corridor and through this door, I can come out, where the garden is and, maybe get into whatever doors, locks don't mean anything to me. And I might grab Ronaldo. Once I got it, and I'm like, do you want to see if we can find this thing before the whole auction starts?
Yeah, have a little moment to talk as a group about that, because you do find the map. So there's the front entrance you came in. You'd have to walk around pretty much the whole building, and there's an opening in the wall of the courtyard where you guys could get to it from outside. And there's like a greenhouse, kind of an outbuilding, where if the showing is outside, it would make sense for it to be in there. Sure.
Well, let me ask you, Ash, should we wait for the demonstration and see if this is the real deal before we start talking larceny?
Well, I just want to take a look at it. I don't want to steal it.
Okay.
I mean, for all we know, this could be a big. I was just going to say, this thing could be a big thing made out of, wood and paper mache, and
well, we're gonna be able to get a look at it here in just a little bit of time.
I want an up close look at it.
Here's the thing, Ash. You might not be here for larceny. Okay. But people did not bring all of this muscle mass with them because they intend to actually pay what they're going to write down on their big numbers in secret. All right.
Okay, well, looking around the room, I see some pretty shady looking characters. And that guy over there looks like he's, part of the Irish mob or maybe Italian mafia.
I mean, I haven't seen it.
He wants to get rid of people.
Yeah, the quiet guy. Boss is talking to zero.
And that girl you were talking to, what's that all about?
It was not like the movies at all. What happened, man?
I'll just tell you, it rhymes with witch. That's her story.
Okay, well, I
Fancy lawyer from Boston. Anonymous employer. Great mystery. See, Bogan, this is the mystery part of the film. There has to be a little bit of suspense.
If we could just get backstage, keep from wasting all this time. What time is it now?
It's past 4:30.
Got a whole hour and a half to wait.
Oh yeah, we got time then. Okay, yeah. If you're willing, Ash, I'm willing to sneak around.
Perhaps we should make a distraction.
Well, I'm not sure I want to go out of the building, but there's got to be back doors and service corridors and
Well, so this large room where the auction is taking place, after seeing the map, you can pick which door does go out. Like there's the doors to the kitchen, like the employees only area.
Uh-huh.
There's lots of glass windows. Like the all of the walls of this place that don't go interior are big glass windows looking outside, and you can see the double doors that must go out to that room that you're suspecting.
Okay.
But it's right in the middle of this. Everyone would see if you went over to those doors.
Ash, what's the name of your the engineer guy? Doctor, what's
Oh,
his name?
George Pelfrey.
George Pelfrey.
Yeah, he invented some
Okay,
switches from radio switches, and that's really much.
so
I
one moment. You'll have your window. Just wait. I'm gonna stand up on a chair and start tinking a glass.
All right, just a couple seconds of that, and yeah, the room dies down to silence and looks at you.
I probably don't quite
What?
understand what he's going to do, but Ronaldo does.
Yeah, I kind of take Ash. I'm like, head over here with me. We're gonna kind of head towards,
All right.
maybe towards the back or towards.
What a grand and auspicious occasion this is. What a fine gathering of such fine folks, all here to marvel and compete for the fine work of Dr. Pelfrey. Please, I think we all should give a toast to this wonderful man who has brought us all together tonight.
All right, you get about that far before the flamboyant man rises out of his chair and shouts over everyone, "Clarence fucking Appletop, you are not here to take another auction off of me. How did you find out about this? What the fuck is going on?" He's just marching right up to you, like completely outraged, throwing his arms around.
Do you think something so grand could be kept from Clarence Appletop for so long?
You took that Van Gogh painting off of me. I cannot believe what are you? You're not even in New York. Why are you down this far south? How are you just following me around? Do you have something against me personally?
I don't even know who you are.
Oh, oh, and just like a
Just
solid
causing
minute
a
of that,
scene.
of him just
As
walking
big
around
as-
going, doesn't know who I am. Clarence Appletop doesn't know who I am. Yeah, just a lot of ridiculous over the top shit for that while everyone else is on watching.
Hey, Fancy Pants,
This-
you done with the monologue?
this- that- me or him?
You catch, and I throw the football at him.
It just hits him square in the face. And just
Uh-oh, nerd can't catch.
oh my god, I cannot believe is your mother here? So who let their kid into the auction?
Boom!
So-
I gotcha.
So as Ronaldo has taken my arm, as we sort of clear through the crowd and head towards the doors, I reach in and I pull out interesting looking device. And I pop it open, and as we walk up to the door, I put it near the door lock, and you hear the lock click, and
Yep.
goes back, and we walk through the door.
So even with the distraction, can you guys both give me a stealth roll, please?
Sure. Oh, I got an 04.
Nice.
17.
All right. Yeah. So is 17 hard for you?
That is it is a hard. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say you kind of you don't just throw the door open and rush in. As you start to open it, you can hear two people talking on the other side, and it's a pretty dark room in there. Like with how well this place is, there's two people that are on the other side of this door that will definitely notice when the door opens, and they are not distracted at all.
Okay. Somebody call for maintenance.
Oh, you're walking in and saying that? Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, two more burly bodyguard looking guys just like stop mid conversation and are just like, no, what the hell are you doing back here? No, we don't.
I was told I had to make sure something's set up properly.
What, you looking for something to mop? No, we're good. And you see behind them is something underneath a tarp, something,
okay.
About the size of a person.
No, Pelfrey and that Wade fella sent me back here. Told me to take a look. It's just gonna be two minutes.
Yeah, I don't know, Sonny. It's Wade told us specifically not to let anybody near this thing.
I swear to God, don't worry about it, dude.
Do you can you do a fast talk?
Yeah, I'll do fast talk.
I mean,
do I have any fast talk? Let's see. I got 5 in fast talk.
Oh, dang.
Holy shit. I got an 08. I'll spend 3 points of luck.
That's incredible. They're like, yeah, it's I mean, do you know what this thing is? It's dangerous, man. Don't go poking around with it. What does he want you to do?
I don't know. He wanted me to take a look at it and see if the radio switch was properly installed, and I'll just give him a bunch of techno babble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, fuck, that demonstration's in about an hour. It's all right, man. Be careful. This thing will kill us all.
All right.
And the two of them pull the tarp for you guys to see.
Looks like a movie camera.
A camera of some kind.
Yeah. I have weird science, so can I do I roll for weird science?
I think it would be mechanical repair is the most apt. If you don't have a lot of that, then maybe an intelligence roll.
Mechanical repair, I got 65. And when I roll another single digit, it sounds really fucking suspicious, but I got a 9.
Yeah, well. So
I kind of understand.
Yeah, like you're real up close with this thing. Obviously that's a tripod. It looks like a movie camera,
Yeah.
The triggers on it are paddles, like what would be on a World War II machine gun. You don't know what the hell that fin is on the top.
Right.
In the back there are 2 very heavy duty wires. A lot of charge could go through those for sure. And that looks like a converted lawnmower engine.
Getting a fairly decent picture of it in my mind. I'll just say to Ronaldo, I'll say, well, it looks like it's going to work to me. It looks like the switches are all properly wired.
I think that's a gasoline engine there. How's it running?
Get it? It look gasoline. All right.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. So the radio flipper is all good. It's the thing's gonna work.
Yeah, and I'll as I'm walking back out with Ronaldo, I'll be like, "Well, we can tell Mr. Wade everything's going to work just fine." And thank you, John. Thank you, gents.
He'll be happy to hear that. He'll be happy to hear that.
Right.
What the fuck?
Looks pretty funky to me.
You know what it looks like? They're going to make some sort of projection, which I bet's totally fake.
I think it's like an illusion or something.
Like a what is it? Pepper's Ghost, or what's the other one? They used to project pictures onto smoke. Make it look like
Okay.
3D people walking around when
Yeah,
they're
like
really
some
just.
carnival trick or
Yes, carnival
something.
trick.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't see any advanced anything on that. Yeah,
Yeah,
So
it
yeah.
looks pretty dinky to
Let them.
me.
We'll let them
Being a
demonstrate it, and we'll.
disintegrator, yeah, it looks a little puny.
well, your conversation is cut short when you walk back into the room and you hear a glass shatter, and that flamboyant man is red in the face, just screaming at Clarence, like, "You're a fucking hack! Your movies suck! I don't know why anybody likes you!" And the lawyer is just like, "Please, gentlemen, calm down!" like trying to de-escalate the situation. Just full on
I mean,
screaming
if
at
you
Clarence.
liked Van Gogh, you should have bid
This-
higher. I don't think you truly appreciate his art.
And yeah, he huffs off in a storm and is just like, "Rousseau, get me for the demonstration." And yeah, marches off into the lobby to go to his
Well,
room.
before I was so rudely interrupted, let's a toast to Pelfrey.
Yeah, and everybody is like, sheepish at this point. Just yeah, here. Goes for it.
I will turn to bin lids and just be like, that motherfucker. How dare he talk to Clarence that way?
You
That
get
was a
someone
good
like that
throw,
on the
though.
football field, they
So is
drink
that-
soup through smashed lips for the rest of the year, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So thanks, Clarence, for the distraction. Was that guy also in movies?
I honestly have no idea who the fuck that guy is.
Oh,
Seem to have your number.
Yeah.
right. So we took a look at the thing. Honest to God, it looks like a bunch of crappy shit put together. It's like a combustion engine along with a movie projector. It's
Now
weird
maybe I
looking
actually
thing.
am interested in this.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's a fake. I think it's like some sort of trick. They're going to project something and claim that they're making somebody disappear when it's just an optical illusion.
Looks phony.
We'll see, but looks phony to me.
I'm gonna
That
get
would
another
make
drink.
sense.
Can a man get a drink around here?
Let's go get a drink. Let's go get a drink, Ash.
Oh, I'll have a Manhattan.
Oh yeah, it's a wonderful one. You got Ambrose King is the bartender. Very very friendly fellow. Doesn't say too much. Makes a hell of a drink.
Cool.
Did the guy's bodyguard walk off with him?
No, he's sticking around.
Okay, I think I'm gonna. I think I might go follow him then.
You're following the flamboyant man.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So he is upset and just storming off. So no need to have a stealth roll. He doesn't care right now. And he walks into the lobby, goes up those stairs, and goes into the door right next to Appletops.
Interesting. I will look into the keyhole.
Man, give me a spot hidden, and it's got to be real good to get anything. Yeah, just
Terrible.
yeah. There's just like a wall on the other side.
Damn it. Okay, I will knock on the door then.
Dang. All right. So you bang on it, and yeah, just a very like shrill, upset, just what? Who is it?
I want to talk to you about something.
So you come over, or like, yeah, you hear the footsteps come over, and he throws the door open, and he's already changed into a completely different outfit. And he's like, "What? Who? Oh my God, you're a monster! What? Who are you?"
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
All right, cool. Let's Let's see. He will try to dodge. Roll for it.
My fighting is awful. No, fail.
All right. So yeah, he just like takes a quick step backwards and like yeah, I mean he just thinks you're a monster attacking him, but at this point he's probably gonna slam the door on you.
Okay, fine. I'll just be like, you should not talk to Clarence like that, you bastard.
You're one of Clarence's goons? What does that man have against me?
Yeah. After a few minutes of that, I will probably go back downstairs.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, we got a little bit more time for shenanigans. If anyone has something in mind.
I'm just gonna kind of stand by the like pompous walrus mustache guy and just kind of
Oh
listen in
yeah.
on what he's like bloviating about. Like
Yeah, cool.
like kind of
So
interesting.
besides him is a little chubby nerd guy with like these thick bottle glasses who just has like a small little calculator out that he's just or I mean whatever, some kind of device that he's just mashing keys on and like flipping through books and stuff. And um yeah, the mustache man just seems nice and jolly with the alcohol he's been drinking, just laughing a lot and just like, oh, tell me again, Mr. Brown, just how much money we're looking to make here. And I mean he has a bodyguard besides that, but yeah, he has his little numbers guy that he's just I mean like almost like sexually just drooling over how much money he thinks he's gonna make once he gets like the rights to this thing.
Sounds like you're looking for a major
Just
investment here.
sorry, ma'am, I didn't see you there.
I'm just kind of sidling up to him.
Well, how embarrassing. Yes, sorry. Yeah, strictly business here. This seems like an incredible investment.
Oh yeah. What do you think what do you think you're gonna get out of this thing? Sounds like it's a pretty interesting invention.
So he has just this really charming smile, and like his beady eyes, he looks at you, just kind of eyes you up and down, and is like, "Well, let's just say, I'm definitely gonna outbid you. So might as well not even waste your time, you know?
Oh no. I'm not bidding on this item here. I'm
They
just
let
here
people
talking.
in. But are you supposed to be the looks? Are you one of the ladies bringing drinks around? You're not bidding. What are you doing here?
All right there. What'd you say your name was?
I'm Kepler. I'm Ernest Kepler,
Ernest
senior
Kepler.
partner for Ursus Foundries, weapons
This
manufacturing.
Foundries. Okay. All right. Well, it's good to meet you, Mr. Kepler. We'll be seeing each other. And I'm just gonna kind of take a sip of my drink and walk off.
All right, sure, whatever, ma'am. And he just goes back to smoking cigars and laughing.
I was hoping he'd be like a jolly good man, but no, he's just an asshole. Okay.
So, my good friend Gilman at the front desk,
Yeah.
how quickly could you arrange a gift basket to be sent from me uh, to the gentleman in the next room over?
Oh, geez. Well, we'd have to order it from town. An hour and 15 minutes.
Perfect.
Okay. What kind? Like chocolates, flowers? What do you have in mind?
All of it.
Okay. Well, okay. Now when Clarence Appletop says all of it, okay. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
I knew you'd understand, Gilman.
All right.
Good
Yeah,
kid.
thank you very much, sir. I loved your movie.
Everybody does.
And yeah, you might see me slinking down, just going back into the room.
The hunchback with the cane. I love it.
Oh, Hunter, I am not as good at bullying as you are.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not call it bullying here. No, 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 no. It's the natural order of things. You get weaklings, they get put in their place by the strong ones. It's just how it be, you know? If I went out onto a football field and my job was not to throw the ball, but in fact to tackle someone, I would die. I'm skinny. I get it. But I can throw a ball real far and I can hit someone, and that's all I gotta do.
Hmm. I have spent my whole life trying to reverse the natural order, but on this one, I have failed.
Tell you what, next time he starts mouthing off to old Clarence, I'll sock him right in the jaw. That's a personal guarantee from Hunter Binlid McGee.
Good man.
All right, cool. So are you all fine with just sipping on drinks and mingling until the demonstration? All right, cool. So Daniel Wade gets everyone's attention. You know, he does his own little glass tink. Yeah, just the sleazeball with just the smirk on the whole time. Just all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time. If you'll meet me back out in the courtyard. Please, please, come on, right through these doors. Let's head on outside.
As we go out, I'll find Valerie in the crowd
Yeah.
and just walk by and say, "You haven't forgotten your secret number, right? Very high?
Yeah.
A lot of zeros?"
Pretends to laugh and rolls her eyes.
I'm going to position myself fairly close to the front, actually, probably right in the front, just because I want to watch.
So,
I'm thinking of debunking it, but I won't debunk it. I'm going to watch for tricks.
I'm playing with my football at the back of the crowd.
nice. You guys get out there, and it's still fairly bright out. You know, it's 6 o'clock. There is a little bit of fog that started rolling in off the ocean. You guys can tell that the Pelfreys look a little bit nervous, but I mean, just they've been looking nervous this whole time, you know. Out in the middle of the courtyard is a life-size stone angel that looks like it's been transported here from a graveyard. It looks very out of place. And those two goons that Ronalda and Ash saw earlier wheel out the thing covered in tarp on one of those baggage carriers. And there's some folding chairs out here that are set around for people. And the lawyer is just doing, you know, used car salesman stick of just telling you guys how fantastic it is and prepare to be amazed, all this. And then George Pelfrey, with his, you know, he's just kind of shaky and slow. He goes and he starts up the lawnmower engine. It's real loud. And he aims the device, points it right at the angel, points the levers, and there's this weird trilling kind of sound. It's hard to describe. And a pale light comes out and shines on the angel that goes seemingly right through the angel, leaving no shadow whatsoever. And before your eyes, it vanishes. It turns into absolutely nothing.
No powder on the floor. No, just
nothing.
Gone.
Well, so that first blast was at the top half of it, and then when they kill the machine and the lawyer Daniel Wade says, "So please, now everyone, go inspect. Feel the hard stone. Feel the smooth surface where it's just cut off right at the waist." And yeah, you guys can all go. Anyone who wants to pat the thing, knock on it. It's marble, and yeah, just like a clean cut straight through where the light hit it. And he says, "And we'll fire it one more time. We'll take care of the base. We brought that thing here to be destroyed. Just ever see the inside of a marble statue before?" And yeah, like besides you guys, the other guests too, like prodding it with sticks, kicking it. It's just a big hunk of marble. And
I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm up, and I'm trying to figure out how they're faking it. So instead of prodding at the marble, I'm like moving around, trying to see if there's a sheet or glass or something tricking our eyes.
Well, there's nothing nearby. It's the middle of an open courtyard.
Right.
And yeah, the lawyer kind of sees your suspicion, and he's like, "Please, anyone, anything at all that you feel like something you brought yourself? We could grab one of those tables from inside. Anything. Bring it on out here. Let's do it."
Can Mr. Pelfrey tell us how it works? What's happening here?
Maybe when we're back inside over some drinks. Come on, we're not going to get technical, bore everyone else here. We don't need the brilliant minds to loom over everyone else. But yeah, please. What? Come on, someone's got to have something. Any of you, come on, put something on the pedestal there.
So the next thing that gets put on that pedestal, when it's partway through disintegration, Binlids is going to throw his football at it.
Okay. Well, yeah, so I should mention the flamboyant man has come to rejoin at this point. But yeah, so the quiet doctor that none of you guys talked about says like, "Well, yeah, sure, let's bring in that chair that I was sitting on earlier." And they go inside and take out one of the chairs and put it on the half disintegrated statue. And they usher everybody back to sit away from it again, start up the engine, aim it, hit the paddles, and this time aims at the base. Completely removes everything, starts... You can see it kind of go in like layers, where it's just going a little bit at a time. And so in the middle of all that, when Binlids throws the football, it passes through and it's only in it for just a little bit of time as it goes through that beam of light. But it's enough to pop the football, and it's a deflated thing that lands afterwards. And when the device is turned off again, there's just a small crater of removed dirt, and the marble is completely gone. The chair is gone. The football's been popped.
There's no smell in the air.
There's gasoline.
Gasoline. The hell?
Well, Valerie, looks like it's a genuine article.
Yeah, she is
employer
speechless.
won't be wasting their high amount of money that's secret.
There's a few people that are like applauding and happy about it. But yeah, that Kepler man is just like, chuckling, just like he's not surprised at all. He knew exactly what he was coming here for. But yeah, there is a level of just horror amongst the crowd at seeing this thing is genuine.
Is this a sanity roll at all?
Sure. It would just be a 0-1, but yeah, go for it. Like, I mean, especially the mechanically mined ones.
No, I passed.
I passed too.
Yeah.
But I'm using my weird science skills to just kind of be figuring out how is this thing where the motor must run some sort of generator,
Yeah, somehow he is
producing
burning gasoline to create electricity to make light to destroy matter.
Yeah.
Ash, what do you think this is? This looks pretty wild. Looks like it's the real deal.
I don't know. I'm baffled. I mean, the light coming out of the camera, is it a straight beam of light, or does it, like regular light, flare out?
So it's It's very pale. Like it kind of
Hard to
reminds
see.
you of like moonlight, but it's a cone. It does flare out.
It's a cone. Okay.
So yeah, it seems like anything that would be held closer to it would get a more intense effect, and then it just fades. I should have had the range ready, but I believe like 15 feet away.
So how does an almost amateur engineer scientist come up with a ray that disintegrates things?
It's 30 feet actually. It goes 30 feet and then just kind of dissipates of just strange, unnatural looking pale light.
Well,
While everyone's kind of like admiring this and talk about this, I'm going to kind of go up to Pelfrey's and just say, I know you're demonstrating this, but I also just wanted to offer my condolences.
So, so yeah, George is just like, whatever do you mean? And you're interrupted by his wife gasping and grabbing his shoulder and pointing at the wall of the courtyard. And that fog that was coming in from the ocean has gotten thicker and it's just starting to pour over the lip of the wall. And George ignores you and says, "That's enough, everyone. The demonstration's over. Please cover the device. Get it back inside. It's everybody go inside. It's done now." And as the fog drips into the courtyard and starts coming closer to you guys, and everyone is ushered back inside, that's where we'll stop for tonight.
our players included Morgan Llewellyn, Riley Kruger, Troy Wheeldryer, Max Meltzer, and myself, with Calen McDowell as the keeper of arcane lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for this show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you would like to join them, please visit our Patreon page listed in the description, or you can use the Super Thanks button that's just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Pulp Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.